Hey everybody, it's Lena from
I am Handmade.com.
What are we doing?
Soaping.
Soaping. We haven't made soap in a couple of weeks, but I decided to make one today. So, we're going to make lemon blossom, which is a floral, but with a lot of lemon in it, basically. Blend of florals. And I'm going to try a new technique that I haven't done before. I've added my titanium dioxide into this mix, which is my clays and milks and colloidal oatmeal and aloe vera, etc. What's the music out?
Yeah.
Because the base of this soap is going to be white. So I'll pour all that in there. So the technique that I'm going to use on this is one that loads of people have used in the past, but I've actually never done, and it's called a confetti soap. And it's basically a great way of taking soap sort of scraps and shreddings and bits and pieces that you collect over time of soaping and using them up and repurposing them. For anybody who's big into sort of recycling, like, well, it's not recycling per se, because obviously the soap's never been used, because that would be gross and weird. So it's a sort of upcycling, maybe, would that be the thing? That you're taking something, making something else out of it? I'm not really sure, but anyway. So, these are my usual oils. There's just slightly less. Sorry, I'm mixing this a bit more than usual because I can see a few specks of the titanium dioxide, and obviously I don't want that spotty or little bits coming out. Right. So this My Lai water with silk in. So yeah, it's a great way of using up soap that you have and that you're not going to use for anything else really. And I stopped doing samples in packages a while back because basically it ended up costing me more money when I packaged, because we have the packaging prices so correct now that they're almost to like 50 cents or something like that in the difference. But if I put in something that was like a 15-gram soap sample, it was bringing me up into the next bracket, in which sometimes that was costing me double the postage. So I didn't want to stop, but obviously it doesn't make sense. It didn't make economic sense to keep doing that. I mean, that's just throwing money away. And obviously I'm never going to ask the customer for the difference, because it's my idea to give them the sample, so that's not fair either. So the answer was to just not give it away, but then I ended up having a lot of soap samples sort of left sitting there, and I mean, we were trying to use them, and we use them at the bathroom. I've actually put some up in for the kitchen now.
The thing is, they're hitting what, a year old, would they be?
It depends. It depends on
some of them,
soap.
like, but I mean, God, the fragrance is lasting. I was going to say, like, you think they've gone just to a soapy smell, but they've actually kind of held.
Yeah, some of them, but a lot of them haven't. If I shredded those today, and I really took a big whiff, and I can only smell soap off those. I can't. I don't get a fragrance off.
It's not strong, like, but
no,
just,
not at all.
It's still there.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is not going to interfere with
not
the
at all.
fragrance.
No, I wasn't saying that.
So I think I'm going to add in the fragrance to this, which I haven't done in a very long time, because I don't want it to get too thick. But actually in this case, for confetti soap, you want the base soap to be a little bit thicker so it holds the shreds in it. It's a bit like...
Not the most sink like.
Yeah, it's a bit like baking a cake. If you bake a cake with cherries in it, your cake batter needs to be of a certain density to hold those cherries. So it's a bit like this. You need your base soap to be of a certain density. So I'm adding in the fragrance oil to this, and I'm going to stick blend it. Now the other problem with that is that one of the fragrances used might move pretty quickly on me. So this could be a bit of a race to the finish.
Then I get it thickened up for you like you want.
Could do. I'll just mix it in first. It smelled divine, I do have to say. And you didn't like one of the things?
But together it's amazing.
Getting there. Okay, I think we're going to leave it at that. So yeah, this is something that loads of people have used. I've seen it tons of times, but I've actually never, because I always gave it away as samples, I never had sort of leftover soap to do anything with. I'm calling this Lemon Blossom because it's a floral based. Should we bring it over here?
Yep.
It's a floral based fragrance, but it does have, sorry, there's some more rubbish there. It does have a lot of Mei Chang in it, which is a very sort of sherbety lemon fragrance. So just mix that in. And these are my shreds. So you'll see they're like loads of different colours. And this is all weighed out and everything. So the whole thing is Lemon Blossom. And I tried to pick colours that were like, if you imagine a garden, so you'd have the green for the grass and the flowers and stuff. So we're just gonna, a couple of handfuls at a time.
Looks funky.
And mix these in.
Oh, hundreds and thousands of ice cream.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh gosh, it is, isn't it?
Mmm.
Okay, so.
If people don't know what hundreds and thousands are, just because I don't know if that's an Irish thing, it's sprinkles. Yeah. Rainbow sprinkles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always call them hundreds of thousands.
Probably isn't. I don't know.
I know a brand name does have it. I wonder if it's just, if it's a European thing or if it's worldwide.
No idea. So this is still quite light.
I wonder with so many though, would they actually sink?
I'm hoping not, but I may leave it sort of sit for a little bit, you know the way you do
Yeah,
when
so
you
the
do
top.
the topping. Titch did think this looked like salad shredded up because there's a lot of orange in it that does look
Well, I
like
wasn't
carrot.
expecting the whole bowl in the kitchen. I was like, oh, salad.
Yeah.
Not that I taste
Not the
it.
kind of salad you'd want to eat.
It's funny, I'm picking out the soaps and I know what soaps they are.
Isn't that mad?
Yeah.
I did too.
Oh, I'm turning into, even though like I wouldn't be the biggest fan of soaping per se, I wouldn't watch soaping videos much. Maybe the odd time if Celine's watching it, but...
Oh, you don't even watch mine if I make them by
because
myself.
I hate the sound of my voice. Oh, even you do it, yeah, no I wouldn't. I don't really find it that exciting to me. But she was showing me something like where about different healthy things to have that are cool in the sunshine, and she showed me a picture yesterday of these ice lollies that was yogurt mixed with fruit and kind of bits of granola and whatnot in there. And when I saw it, it was like a purple and white or cream sort of colour, and I was like, soap. First thing about soap, not food. It's exactly what Celine does. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but is that not because I was showing it to you? If somebody else showed it to you, would you'd not have thought of food then? Was it
Depends,
because I was the one showing it to you?
Maybe, yeah.
Now I want to mix this up so because I don't want any of these shreds to clump together. Now it did look like hundreds and thousands. It does look a bit like
coleslaw.
I was going to think of something else there.
Well, that reminds me of coleslaw now because of the green and the orange and purple.
The orange absolutely looks like carrot shreds.
Yeah.
So now
It's going to be lovely.
Oh yeah, I think it's going
Like
to be really
when
good.
soap sets up, it's going to be nice.
Just getting the last few shreddies out.
Yeah, it reminds me of big tub of coleslaw I'd see like in the back of a restaurant.
Yeah, actually. And they use these sort of
Yeah,
containers
and
as
they
well.
always turn me off when I worked in a bakery. Like they had just buckets of mayonnaise and like.
Did you ever see the
packets of
boiled?
chicken.
Did they used to buy the eggs pre-boiled?
We never
did you ever see
eggs, actually,
those?
so I didn't
No.
see it. No.
Oh my god, you can buy eggs in like buckets like this and in I think salty water,
Oh.
and the eggs are already boiled.
God, what smell?
I don't know, but it always looks a bit kind of gooey. So that's it really. I think it's probably thick enough.
Thick now, yeah.
Well,
I
it's
can't
thick
see all
because-
that sinking because there's so much of it. It's not going to sink like. It is trial and error really, this one, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. Well, I have, if this works, and I can't see why it doesn't, to be honest. I have
You're
another one
amazing.
I have another one planned, which will be Lotus Blossom and Water Lily, which will be sort of pinks and greens and something along those lines. But it may be. It depends really on what colours I have available upstairs. And the other news, I'm just going to keep mixing this for a little while longer. The other news is that I'm going to get a soaping room.
oh,
Now the
Lock her in
reason,
it.
yeah, probably will. The reason I'm getting a soaping room is because my brother is moving in with us. Actually, we're expecting a knock on the door pretty much any minute. And he's going to be taking over Titch's room, and Titch is going to move to
New Jersey, live with Bruce.
I think Bruce doesn't know about that yet.
He's a big enough house, like very high in the
Probably
room.
does. He probably has like a 50-bedroom house. Anyway, so Tish is going to move into the sort of back bedroom that I would have used for curing soaps in. So I have to move all my stuff, which is pretty much kind of everywhere, into one room, and we have to put shelving up and get that ready. So that'll be done. Hopefully that's Malky in the background, acting a giddy goat.
Requesting his nightly tea.
And so I'm going to have one room where all this is done, so that'll be exciting. You two stop talking in the background.
He's making his, normally I make tea in the evenings and then coffee for everyone in the house, but he's making his own tea.
He's impatient.
Let's prep, that's alright.
Freaking tea.
Malky, don't be swearing. Okay, so I'm going to pour this. And this is kind of heavy, but anyway.
It's just some weight in it too. We're saying this but like coleslaw.
Oh, I was going to say I did pre-weigh all of this.
It's going to sit up and be lovely and colourful and
Like a
rainbow.
coleslaw soup.
It looks like
Soap
coleslaw,
even,
doesn't
soap
it?
even, yes.
Doesn't it?
No, yeah.
It'll be nice when it's done. It's look, I've seen pictures of ones and it's just like white and just dashes of colour all through it.
Fantastic,
It'll be
yeah.
stunning.
It does
It's
look
called
like coleslaw.
confetti. No, it's confetti.
Confetti soap,
Yeah.
not
Wet
coleslaw
soap.
soup.
Wet soap sometimes does look a bit dodge anyway. Some of the colours
Pretty
that
cool.
do. Yeah, it is cool.
I'm just banging this out sort of in between pouring it so I don't get any air bubbles.
Bubbles. Michael Bublé.
Bublés. I wouldn't mind a Michael Bublé, but I don't want one in myself.
Steady.
I was saying
Sorry.
I was saying that I saw a video lately online. I think he's doing a tour of America at the minute. But he was on a street, just walking down a street or something, and he stopped to join two girls who were busking, and he had a baseball cap on. And he just got in behind them, arms around them, started singing whatever song they were singing.
Yeah.
And the guy who was recording it
Sorry.
panned out in front of them, and there was nobody standing there, just people walking up and down.
So
Like
they
no
didn't
one
recognise
realised Michael Bublé was just singing on the street.
For whom they would have paid hundreds of dollars to see
Yeah,
normally.
oh, it was incredible. Mad. I'd be sickened if I heard like that. I'd walk
You
past
just walk
someone.
past him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smells so nice.
It does smell really
It's
good.
really weird for the senses though, because I'm thinking coleslaw, I smell floral and lemon. It's like, what's going on here? It's messing up my head.
Coleslaw.
It's not coleslaw, but it just looks like it at the minute.
Oop. Made a bit of a boo-boo. Somebody asked me about wiping up stuff from the worktop like this. And why do I do it? And I do it because everything is disinfected beforehand and it's safe. It's not like we just had the cat up eating dinner off there or anything.
Oh, I've seen videos of certain people soaping on very dirty surfaces.
Don't even talk to me about that. Oh my God, I throw up.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Not me.
No, not you. Oh, it's gas.
It's not gas. It's gas.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh, by gas she means funny.
Yeah, I have to say, there was a funny video I watched. Emily, we're going to test you on this when you come on holidays with us. It was an Irish guy and he'd got a load of Irish slang words and he was testing this American girl to see what she thought that they
hilarious.
meant. So funny. Oh, what she thought some of the words meant were hilarious. But I'd love to hear some American slang words, or if you wrote American slang words, and see if we guessed what they were. Probably be way out as well.
I don't know, because we have much more access to American stuff than maybe Americans would have access to maybe Irish slang and stuff, so.
True.
Because
battery's a bit low.
Okay, I'm going to be finished very
But yeah,
soon. So I just want to bang
very
this
funny.
out. I need to get a teaspoon. There you go. Right, so. Oh, and if you see my new box, it looks very much like my old
it's a new box. Jeez,
it's very like my old soap box. But it's not, it's different, it's new. And thank you to Kathleen, who's a friend of mine that I work with and who's an amazing carpenter. And this didn't really tax her skills at all. I don't think it did anyway.
It would tax ours.
It would certainly tax mine. Well, I think it would tax Malky's, so I think this is a little bit more than that one in it.
You always do that. You always have one that is much more than another. I'm excited to see this when it's set
Yeah, me
up.
too. Me too.
Oh guys, we've got some bad news.
What?
Finished our true crime book on Zodiac. I've no book to read now while cleaning cuts
we
up
do.
subs. Yeah, on our Kobo Glow for holidays.
Yeah, but we can. I got 3 of them, so
I suppose we can start. Yeah, it took the whole holiday to read one, didn't it?
exactly.
Yeah, because we'd be out and about. Yeah, it was a good book.
Yeah, of course, you never found out that the guy actually was the killer because.
They change everyone's name in it, which is annoying, but at the same time,
And the
it's
killing
different
stopped
ending.
anyway, so
Yeah,
we
it's
didn't
different
know
ending
it was
in the film, but yeah, you never do find out. Like, he was never found. Or caught, or whatever.
caught.
Fascinating case, though.
But they did have a prime suspect.
Oh, such... just the police, oh, good grief. They just all wanted to solve it and wouldn't share information with each other.
I don't think that's unusual, though. I would say
Oh,
you'd
it's
find that.
so unprofessional, though.
I'd say you'd find that in a lot of jurisdictions.
Well, shame on them.
Goddamn shame. Okay, so just doing a bit of a textured top. Feels kind of odd.
It probably feels very weird, like it's not very smooth, it's very kind of just thick now or something.
Well, for a fragrance that they said sets up really well, some acceleration, they said didn't really. But then the Mei Chang in there could have helped that. So I think this is going to be funky. Oh, I've got an itchy nose.
You putting glitter on these?
Yep.
Cool. It's over there now.
It's there.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be kind of fun, new way of doing stuff, something I haven't tried before.
It's always nice to have a challenge.
Yeah. And if people like it, then, well, obviously it only depends on how much sort of spare offcuts I have. But
It would be a limited range.
it will be limited, definitely, and the
That's
fragrance
kinda
will be
cool.
limited as well because I don't have a lot of it. But I mean, I can always get more if required. Okay, so last tiny bit of soap out, and just wiped that in what I thought was my apron, which was my apron, but then I thought, am I wearing an apron? Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
When you haven't soaked for like 2 weeks, it feels like you haven't soaked for 2 months or 2 years nearly, you know, it's like, it's almost slightly alien. Oop.
You were very weary when you started back after having that soaked for ages. When the back room was being, or the garden was being done.
Totally, I was really
So
like
scared.
nervous. Well, I mean, I wasn't sure it cost a lot of money, and then you're putting it on video.
Yeah.
That's Malky trying to get the last of the sun.
Last the sun.
He's nearly sitting up on the windowsill trying to get
He
the
is.
last of the sun.
He is.
Malky is a...
Oh look, my God, look at the bucket. I have to pan up. Okay, panning up. Hold on now. It's up on top of the wall there. Yeah, got him fast asleep.
Is he asleep?
Yeah. And there's Malky at the window.
Okay, so that's it. That is lemon blossom. Simple soap, as I said. Different technique than have you ever used. So something new. And I'm hoping it looks really good when it's all cut. So we'll do a cutting video and show you. So in the meantime, I hope you like it. I think that went extremely well.
It did.
So I might be doing another one tomorrow. Okay, in the meantime we shall say bye.